making this beautiful lacy halter tank top. I would say that this tutorial is appropriate for advanced beginners to intermediate crocheters. I will be showing you how to make my size as well as some general guidance on how to make this to your measurements. However, if you want more particular guidance on sizing, I currently have this written pattern being tested by a variety of sizes. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out in being able to continue to put out tutorials like this. For this tutorial, you will need a 4mm hook and a 3mm hook, as well as at least 2 skeins light yarn. For mine, I used this Loops and Threads Silky Soft Rayon from Bamboo. I got this from Michael's, but you can swap out for any yarn that you would prefer. I would recommend probably a cotton yarn or something from more natural fibers. Also could line these cups with scrap fabric, extra bikini liner cups that you have, or I just wore like a sticky bra underneath and that was enough coverage for me. If you're using a darker color, you might not even need any of that. Some stitch markers, that's optional. Otherwise, your traditional notions like a darning needle and some scissors. But otherwise, no special requirements for this pattern. So without further ado, let's get started with the tutorial.
Using your 3mm hook, chain 6 to start row 1. Then place 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook. Place double crochets in the next 2 stitches. You should end the row with 3 double crochets in total. Start row 2 by chaining 3. This will not count as a stitch in this row or any of the next rows. Turn your work. Place 1 double crochet into the first stitch. In the next stitch, you'll place 3 double crochets. This will count as 1 center increase. You'll then place 1 more double crochet into the very last stitch, ending the row with 5 double crochets in total. Chain 3 and turn your work. Place 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. You should now be at the center of your work. You'll place another 3 double crochets into this center stitch to create another center increase. Place 1 double crochet in the last 2 remaining stitches. You should end the row with 7 double crochets in total. Continue adding rows in the same pattern by chaining 3, placing double crochets until you get to the center stitch, placing a center increase in the middle, and then placing 1 double crochet in each of the remaining stitches. I stopped after 6 rows. In row 7, I increased both in the middle and the sides. Start your row by chaining 3 and turning your work, then place 2 double crochets into your first stitch. Double crochet until you get to the center, place another center increase of 3 double crochets, then double crochet until you reach the very last stitch. Place 2 double crochets in the last stitch. Essentially on this row, you have increased by 4 stitches in total. 1 stitch on each side and 2 that you've increased in the middle. I recommend keeping track of your rows, how many increase rows you did. That way you can repeat all these steps on the opposite cup. For row 8, I only increased by the 2 stitches in the center. Chain 3 and turn your work. Place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, then double crochet until the center. As done previously, when you get to your center stitch, you'll place 3 double crochets into this stitch to make your center increase. Then finishing the row by placing 1 double crochet in each stitch. From here on, you will alternate between row 7 and row 8, increasing by 4 or increasing by 2 until you reach your desired cup width. For reference, I did a total of 14 rows. You will now stop adding increases. Chain 3, place 1 double crochet in each stitch across the row. You're going to do this until you reach your desired cup length. I added an additional 4 rows to get my cup length and then bound off. Time for a little bit of math. The numbers I'm using here are what I used for my body. If you want more guidance on how to adjust for your size, I recommend checking out my written pattern, or I'm happy to assist in the comments below. I counted the number of stitches across the base of my cup. Mine was 37 stitches. I took this number, multiplied it by 4, and then rounded up to the nearest factor of 10. For me, this came out to 150 stitches. You'll then add 2 to that number, so 152. This will be your total amount of stitches for the body. To find my center chain length, I took 152 and subtracted my original multiple for 148. This gave me 4 stitches for my middle chain. Last, you need to find your side stitch count. Again, I took my total stitch count of 152 and I subtracted my cup stitches, so 37 times 2. This gave me 78. I subtracted my middle stitches from this, so that gave me 74. And then lastly, I need to divide this evenly for each side, so I got a total of 37 stitches for each side, 37 for each cup, and 4 for my center, giving me again a total of 152 stitches for my body piece. You can continue using your 3mm hook, but I switched to my 4mm to give me a flowier body piece. Make a slip knot and chain your side stitch amount that you calculated previously. So for me, I needed to chain 37. You'll now attach your first cup by taking the corner and slip stitching into the first bottom stitch of your cup. Now place one slip stitch in each of your bottom stitches all the way across. So for me, I did 37 slip stitches across the base of my cup. Once I got to the other side, I made 4 chains for my middle stitches. And then I took my other cup and placed a slip stitch in the base, same as I did for the first cup. Again, place 1 slip stitch in each of the bottom cup stitches, so another 37 here. Once you reach the other side of your cup, you should have something that looks like this, 2 cups connected by a middle chain and 1 side chain. You just need to finish it out with your other side chain of 37 stitches to complete your body setup row. Before moving on to the next row, I recommend trying on your body piece now to make sure that there's no overlap in your total chain amount. If you have a gap, that's fine. That'll be in the back where you tie your piece together, but an overlap, it will be too large for you to comfortably tighten it around your chest. You can increase or decrease your side stitch count by multiples of 5 on each side if you want to make it smaller or bigger. Start row 2 by placing 1 single crochet into the second chain from your hook. Chain 3, skip 3 chains and place 1 single crochet into the next chain. Chain 3 again, skip 1 chain, then single crochet into the next chain. Chain 3, skip 3 chains, 1 single crochet into the next chain. You will repeat this pattern for the remainder of row 2. The repeat is chain 3, skip 3, 1 single crochet, chain 3, skip 1, 1 single crochet, chain 3, skip 3, 1 single crochet. It's important to note that it's not a simple alternation between chain 3, skip 3, chain 3, skip 1. That won't give you the right balance of stitches. This is what your piece should start to look like, so there should be 2 of the skip 3s separated by a skip 1. The skip 3s will look more flat or stretched out, whereas the skip 1 will leave more of a bump or loop. When you get to the end, chain 1 and turn your mark. Now for the fun part, we're going to make a fan row. Single crochet into your first stitch, then chain 1. Skip the first chain 3 space. In the next chain 3 arch, you're going to place 5 double crochet 2 together stitches. In between each of the DC2s together, we're going to place 3 chains. This should all be going into one chain 3 arch from the previous row, so that's where you chained 3 and skipped 1. To make a DC2 together, yarn over, pull the loop through the chain 3 arch, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull a loop through the same chain 3 arch, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 remaining loops on the hook. Each fan is made of 5 DC2 togethers and 4 chain 3s in one chain 3 arch from the previous row. Once you have made your fan, you'll move on to the next step. Chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, and place 1 single crochet into the next single crochet stitch that separates the 2 chain 3 skip 3s from the previous row. I've put the written instructions here up on the screen so you can see how to repeat this pattern. If you would like diagrams of this stitch, I also have included that in my written pattern. Once you reach the end, chain 7. This will count as one treble crochet and a chain 3 in the next row. Turn your work. Skip the first chain 3 arch of your fan. Place one single crochet into the next chain 3 arch. Chain 3, place another single crochet into the next chain 3 arch. Chain 3, place a treble crochet into the next single crochet. Chain 3, skip the next chain 3 arch and place a single crochet into that second chain 3 arch. Chain 3, one single crochet in the next chain 3 arch. Chain 3, one treble crochet into the next single crochet, and you're going to repeat this pattern for the remainder of your fans. Once you reach the end, you will chain 1 and then turn your work. Okay, we're back to a fan row. Start this by placing one single crochet into your first stitch. Chain 1 and skip the next chain 3 space. DC 2 together into the next chain 3 arch, then chain 3. Keep making DC 2 togethers and chain 3s into that same chain 3 arch until you have 5 DC 2 togethers and 4 chain 3 arches. Chain 1 and place a single crochet into the treble crochet from the previous row. Starting with another chain 1, you will repeat those same steps until you get to the end of the row. Finish row 5 by working a single crochet into the 4th chain of your chain 7 from the previous row. Chain 7 and turn your work. You'll now alternate between row 4 and row 5 until you get to your desired body length. End on a completed fan row. For reference, I did 12 fan rows in total. We're now going to make the border and the ties. It might be helpful placing some stitch markers in each of the corners I'm referencing here. This will just remind you that you need to switch up your stitch type or do something special here. I switched back to my smaller hook size for this. Attach your yarn into the bottom corner. I put mine through the last single crochet of my last fan row. You'll start your border by placing single crochets evenly up the side of your body piece edge. Your stitch count here doesn't matter much as long as it's pretty even. For reference, I place 3 single crochets in each 3 chain or treble crochet space and 1 single crochet in each of the other stitches up the side. Stop when you reach the top right corner of your body piece. You're going to make your first tie. Make a long chain. For reference, I chained 100 stitches. Keep track of your stitch count so that you can make an even chain on the other side. Once you reach your desired length, place 1 single crochet in the second chain from your hook. Then continue on back down the chain by placing 1 single crochet in each chain stitch. Once you get back to the base of your chain, place 1 more single crochet into the same stitch where you started your chain to attach the tie. You'll now be working slip stitches into each of the stitches across the back border. So this should be kind of your top section between the tie and your cup. Once you reach the point where your cup meets your body piece, you are now going to again place single crochets evenly up the side of your cup. I suggest 2 single crochets in each double crochet / chain 3, but your stitch count again doesn't matter much here. Once you've placed 1 single crochet in the very first double crochet going across the top of your cup, you're going to make another long chain for a tie. Again, I made my tie 100 stitches. If you do something different, make sure to keep track of this number. You're going to do the same thing you did for the side tie by placing 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then place a single crochet in each of your chains. Stop when you have 2 chains remaining. Place 1 half double crochet in the next chain. Yarn over,
Pull a loop through the last chain, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull a loop through the next stitch at the top of your cup, and pull through the first 3 stitches on your hook, yarn over again, pull 1 more loop through the last stitch at the top of your cup, and pull through all remaining loops on your hook. Alternatively, in those last 2 chains, you can place a half double crochet, then a double crochet, and then attach it with a slip stitch to that 3rd double crochet of your cup. You're going to place single crochets down the other side of the cup, just as you did on the other side. Stop when you get to those middle stitches that connect the 2 cups. For the border at the middle of your cups, I just placed a slip stitch in each of those 4 stitches. You then will repeat all those steps. So single crochet up your cup, make a tie at the top, single crochet back down the other side of your cup, slip stitch across that top section of the body and make another tie, and then you'll place single crochets down the rest of your body until you get to the last single crochet of your final fan row. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Be sure to tag me or send me a message if you did make this top. I would love to see your creation, and be sure to subscribe for more tutorials and videos like this.